Wintertime in Toronto, Canada. -20 outside and -20 inside. Still time for beach volleyball. The SANDBOX Beach Volleyball Tournament. The VIP tent. Big warehouse.
Nice scenery, isn't it?
People dressed for the winter. Hot air blowers going.
You got any comments from
Sorry, could you repeat the question? What was the question? It's freezing in here.
My nuts are frozen.
So far, Dave?
I'm warming up.
The Toronto SANDBOX tournament should have been called Icebox because it was so cold in that warehouse, but it did feature Steve Timmons, American gold medalist from the Indoor Olympics, who came up with his partner Brian Lewis to play against the Canadians. With all the fans watching, the Canadians took on the Americans in a demonstration game of 4-on-4, which was great to watch. And for the Canadians, it featured players like Charles and Heese, and also Olympians Marc Dunn and Ed Drakage. John Barrett was there on hand, Canadian superstar from the Indoor League, an Olympic player himself. It was a great tournament, and it was 4-on-4 fun action to watch some of the big boys hitting the ball at each other on the cold, cold sand.
There's our match again. It's a blur. Brian Lewis buries the ball down the line, side out. And there it is. It all started with that tough serve from Lewis, and then Timmons rejects it at the net. It's a point, 13-11. Timmons and Lewis back in the match. And Timmons and Lewis are back in the match. They're only down by one single point, 13-12. And we're ready to resume action. It's a great match here in center court. Bryan Lewis serving to reach their way back. They're down only 13-12. Steve Timmons calling a variety of signals. There we go, we're all tied up, 13 apiece. Lewis serving up a storm here. Big serve from Bryan Lewis, and they're tied up 13-all. Nice call, Steve. And there we go, there's the big red wall of Steve Timmons. They're in the lead, 14-13, 1 point away from the match. What a terrific comeback. And it's again, timeout, child and breakage. He and his partner Steve Timmons leading 14-13, coming back from a huge deficit. 1 point away from the win. There you go, Steve Timmons patrolling the net, that time with one hand, but the ball just out. You can't see anything now, actually. It's a little bit better. Side out, Bryan Lewis. And again, he and his partner, this time Steve Timmons stepping back to serve. Serving for the match and the win. Puts it away. Folks, let's have a nice hand for both teams. Great match.